Good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat. Allow me to present an explanation to four multiple choice questions on the subject accounting for income taxes no, under PAS 12. And this is with reference to the book of Dean Empleo and Prof. Robles sa kanilang Intermediate Accounting 3, Volume 3. Ang PAS 12 on income taxes ay nasa Chapter 4. And merong actually apat na questions, no? Pero dalawang groupings ito eh. Yung MC41 and MC42 at saka yung MC49 and MC50. Medyo maganda kasi yung tanong na ito, this is a challenging question ano for me no personally kung ilalagay ko yung sarili ko sa inyong ano no pwesto bilang mga estudyante. So out of all the questions, no, ito yung medyo maganda pangiliti sa inyong mga utak, no? At kasi kapag nasagutan po ninyo ito ng tama, napakasarap sa pakiramdam. Okay, so allow me to share my screen para sagutan po natin yung MC41 and MC42 and MC49 and MC50 using the 2024 edition of Dean Empleo and Prof. Robles Intermediate Accounting 3, no, Volume 3. Okay? So, eto po ano, umpisahan natin dito sa MC 41 and 42. The problem was this, no? Si Hawk Company ay nag-umpisa na magbenta ng mga machines, no? Sa paggawa ng ice cream making machines in 2024 on an installment basis. Magkakaroon agad tayo dyan ng difference, no? Sa approach for accounting and for tax purposes. Bakit? Siyempre, for accounting purposes, we need to follow accrual basis of accounting. As stated here in the problem, no? The company accounts for such sales under the accrual basis of accounting or accrual basis for accounting purposes, samantalang for tax purposes, naka-cash basis. Okay. Anong sabi dito? Yung accrual basis, gross profit daw, exceeds cash basis gross profit by 5 million during the year 2024. Okay. Accrual basis gross profit mas malaki by 5 million during 2024. Oh, careful ha. You need to identify clearly alin yung mas malaki. And since ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito ay gross profit, we can use the income statement approach in this case. Kasi gross profit yung pinag-uusapan. Tandaan po ninyo that under the income statement approach in identifying any temporary differences, we will be comparing the accounting profit subject to tax versus the taxable income. Dito, 5 million na mas malaki yung gross profit, okay, as compared to the for tax purposes. Okay? Now, additional information, etong mga machines daw na ito ay binibenta under guarantee. So pag meron kang guarantee, meron tayo ngayong obligation on warranty in the event na yung mga machines na binibenta natin, no, kung tayo si Hawk Company, no, kung sakali man po na magkaroon ng mga defects or may sira, if that defects or yung mga sira, no, are made within the warranty period, di entitled po si customer na lapitan si manufacturer para ipagawa kung ano man yung sira, no, under the terms of the warranty. Okay, sabi dito, accrued warranty cost recognized on December 31, 2024 in the statement of financial position amounted to 1.2 million. Pero tandaan po ninyo na for tax purposes, we will only recognize expense when there is a related outflow of cash. Pag merong binayaran si Hawk Company, no, para doon sa mga warranty expenses. Okay, may actual warranty cost. Ito estimated eh. Meron tayong set up under accrual accounting amounting to 1.2. At wala na raw pong ibang differences between accounting profit and taxable income in 2024. Now, careful po tayo dito, ano? Kasi baka isipin ninyo, dalawa kasi yung pwede dyan eh, na pag-iisipan ninyo. Ito bang warranty expense ay na-consider na dito sa, ano, sa accounting gross profit versus yung cash basis gross profit? Considered na kaya yon? O kaya ang ginamit po dito ha, accrual basis gross profit. Kasi ang warranty expenses ay nasa ibaba ng gross profit. Operating expenses po yung mga yon. Gross profit ay sales minus cost of goods sold. Therefore, etong expenses on warranty should be accounted for separately. Careful po tayo doon ha. Okay. The company reports a pre-tax, ito naman, pre-tax accounting profit of 1 million for the year 2024. Any deferred tax resulting from the operating loss carry forward is believed to be only 40% realizable. Ah, tandaan po ninyo na under PAS 12, no, sa standard, ang sinasabi sa atin, a deferred tax asset can be created, no, kung meron tayong mga future deductible amounts arising from deductible temporary differences. Pero pwede rin tayong magkaroon ng deferred tax asset kung sakaling meron tayong operating loss carry forward or kung sakaling meron ding excess MSIP. So dito, assess natin ano, from your pre-tax accounting profit, account natin yung mga temporary differences. Taxable income ba tayo dito or taxable loss? Kasi kung taxable loss, edi negative, no? Operating loss carry forward yon. And also, we also need to recognize, acknowledge lamang po natin ito, no? Believed to be only 40% realizable. Conservative tayo ha, pagdating sa deferred tax asset, unlike sa deferred tax liability, we will only recognize deferred tax asset if in the future, ano, we are expecting future taxable profits. Okay? So, kung meron, pagdating dito sa operating loss carry forward, no, kung in the upcoming years, are we expecting taxable profit instead of taxable loss? O di, pwede nating i-recognize yung deferred tax asset. Pero kung patuloy ka mag-ooperate at a loss, medyo alanganin yung ating deferred tax asset. So, either we do not recognize a deferred tax asset or we can recognize but only to an estimated amount that we deemed reasonable, realizable. And this is the point of this statement to be only 40% realizable. Tignan ninyo ha. Anyway, kita din naman yung portion ng solusyon pero pakinggan nyo muna ako bago ninyo tignan itong solusyon. O, income tax rate, 25%. Ang question sa MC41 is ito. Magkano daw yung company's income tax expense or benefit for the year 2024? Okay? And yung sa 42, before any offsetting, kung sakali mang allowed yung offsetting. Again, bigyan ko lamang ng emphasis itong offsetting. Tatandaan po ninyo, generally, we do not allow offsetting of current tax assets and liabilities as well as deferred tax assets and liabilities. Only when there is a legal right to do so. Okay? That is the exception. Pero usually, hindi po natin ino-offset ang mga DTA at DTL. So, what amount of DTA daw should be recorded by Hawk Company on December 31, 2024? Siyempre, sa problems, no, sa MCQs, may choices. Pero dito, hindi na natin ipakita yung choices, ipakita natin yung solusyon. Okay, now, ito yung unang part ng i-explain ko sa inyo. The identification of any temporary differences. Dalawa po yan, no? Una, on the sales, the difference between the gross profit under accrual versus gross profit under cash. Sabi kasi dito, no, yung accrual basis mo exceeds 5 million as compared sa cash basis. So nilagay ko na lang dito sa revenue. Okay? So that sa gross profit mo, mas malaki ng 5 million compared sa taxable income. Okay? Therefore, accounting profit is greater than taxable income. O, pag greater than yung ating symbol, it will create a taxable temporary difference, which will create a deferred tax liability. Tama? So, dito, meron tayong ine-expect na deferred tax liability. On warranty cost, on warranty expense, ito naman siya. 1.2 million nag-recognize ng warranty expense. Pero ang katumbas kasi niyan ay warranty liability. So dito, maglalagay ko ng expense 1.2. But again, we are using the income statement approach. You can challenge yourself. Lagyan ninyo ng balance sheet assessment. Balance sheet approach. O liability naman, carrying amount ng liability versus the tax base. Okay? Pero since pinag-uusapan natin dito expense, edi mag-income statement approach tayo. So, 0, 1.2, edi negative 1.2 ka dito. No, yung effect sa P&L mo ay mas maliit ito ng 1.2 million. As compared sa taxable income na wala, 0, no? Kasi nga, wala namang actual cost diyan. Estimated warranty liability pa lang yan. So, negative 1.2 is less than 0. Accounting profit is less than taxable income. This will create a deferred tax asset. Kasi po, ang difference na 1.2 is a deductible temporary difference. Okay? So, meron kang 5 million, meron kang 1.2 million. Pag gumawa ka ng reconciliation, no, tax recon, meron kang pre-tax accounting profit. Baba natin ha. O, pre-tax accounting profit mo 1 million. May future taxable amount ka 5 million. May future deductible amount ka 1.2. Pero pag naka-vertical yung ating ano no, reconciliation, 'di ba? Ang future taxable amount ay binabawas natin. Ang future deductible amounts ay dinadagdag natin. Therefore, negative 5 million, positive 1.2. Ang net difference ay negative 3.8. 1 million minus 3.8, negative 2.8 million ka. Kung sa accounting, no, 1 million ang kanyang pre-tax, pero dito, for tax purposes, that is considered as an operating loss carry forward na 2.8. So, ibig sabihin, bukod dito sa future deductible amount mo arising from estimated warranty liability, meron ka pang magkikreate ng deferred tax asset in the case of an operating loss carry forward. And that is 2.8 million. Yun nga lamang po, tandaan ninyo na ang sinabi dito, any DTA daw resulting from operating loss carry forward. DTA on OLC ha, hindi po lahat ng DTA. So we will consider the operating loss carry forward, realizable lamang po nito ay 40%. Huwag mong gagalawin yung 1.2, as is ka dyan. Okay? Pero dito sa operating loss carry forward, 2.8 lang yung realizable dyan, no? Eh di kunin mo yung 40% niyan. O, di punta tayo dito ha. Multiply natin yung 1.2 ng 25%, you have 300,000. Tama? Yung 2.8, multiply mo ng 25%. Pero, or gawin mo muna 2.8 times 40% times 25%. Eh kaso para hindi na magulo yung 25, 25, 25, eh di 2.8 times 25 times 40%. Anyway, we will arrive at the same amount. So parang ang sinasabi natin ano, tignan niyo ha, ang 2.8 times 40% magkano? 1.1 million, 1,120,000. O 25% niyan ay 2 million, 2 million, 280,000. Tama ba? Kasi 560, 1,120. So, ibig sabihin, class, no? 300,000 plus 280,000, ang total future deductible amounts ko, no? Multiplied by the tax rate is 580,000. Ito ngayon yung aking deferred tax asset. And this is the answer actually to question number 2 or yung question number 42. Which in the problem, no, sa choices, that is letter C. 580,000. Tama ba? So, 580,000, ito yung amount of deferred tax asset that we will recognize. Letter C. Pero, paano naman po yung answer sa question number 1? Ang tinatanong is, what is the company's income tax expense or benefit for the year? Hmm. Income tax expense or benefit ha. Ang tinutukoy po niyan is combination na ng deferred at saka ng current. Okay? Nasusundan? Ito po yung total. No? Sabi ng mga estudyante ko, no? Total income tax expense, tite or tight. Okay? So, combination ng current at saka ng deferred. Meron kang 1.25. Sorry. Ulit. Paki-cross out, paki-cross out, paki-cross out. Correct ko lang yung sinabi ko kanina ha. Ano ba yan? Ang smooth na ng aking explanation eh. Ang tinutukoy o ang tinatanong po dito, company's income tax expense benefit. Cross out ng sinabi ko a few minutes no para hindi ko na ito i-edit. Diretso upload na lang natin. Hindi po ito total income tax expense but the income tax expense or benefit which is yung deferred portion. Ano ang i-consider ko? Kasi kanina yung sinagot natin 580 that is your deferred tax asset, yung income tax expense benefit mo. Pero meron pa kasi tayong future taxable amount na 5 million multiplied by 25%, ito naman yung income tax expense na deferred. So 1,250,000 tayo dyan. Okay? So therefore, kung meron kang positive expense, debit kasi dyan, income tax expense deferred, credit deferred tax liability, 1.25 million. Tapos yung entry mo dito sa 580,000 ay debit deferred tax asset, credit income tax expense deferred. O di 1.25 minus 580, you have 670,000 net. And that answer is choice letter C as well in MC number 41. Okay? So, I hope clear po tayo dito. We will limit our answer no, to parehas naman sila letter C. MC41, 670. MC42, 580,000. Okay? So I hope this is clear and please strike out yung na-discuss ko na total income tax expense yung tinatanong nitong problem. We are only referring to income tax expense or benefit. Okay? All right. Sige. Now, anong susunod? Let us proceed sa MC49 and MC50. Papaano naman po dito? Ang pinupunto naman dito, ang gusto naman natin bigyan ng emphasis dito ay yung FVOCI investment. Papaano po kung meron tayong FVOCI investment changes may decline or increase sa fair value. Basahin muna natin yung problem. The Abacus Holding Company invests in shares classified as at FVPL and FVOCI. During the initial year of its investment, it had the following investment account balances. Okay? Fair value through profit or loss investment, 500,000 ang year-end fair value. Yan yung carrying amount, no? While the cost is 420,000. Yung FVOCI investment mo is carried at year-end, at its fair value, 340,000, samantalang yung cost ay 390. So, from the cost, papuntang year-end fair value, merong decline. Actually, we can relate this doon sa problem 1-4-1.14, yung ika-14 na question, doon sa determination ng ano-ano itong klaseng mga differences. Kasi doon sa problem 4-1.14, may tinatanong doon. Anong klaseng difference yung decrease in fair value of equity investment measured at FVOCI? FVOCI investment, pag nag-income statement approach ka, yan po ay medyo malabong makita kasi ang pinag-uusapan po natin ay accounting profit compared sa taxable income. Yung accounting profit ay yung P&L portion. Pag FVOCI investment, any changes in the fair value is treated or is thrown, tapon po doon sa OCI section ng ating Statement of Comprehensive Income. So, medyo confusing po yung part na yon kapag nag-income statement approach ka kasi walang impact. So, hindi ba ito temporary difference? Pero pag tinignan mo sa balance sheet approach, no, nag-decline yung fair value, therefore the carrying amount of the asset decreased. Nag-decline eh. Pero yung tax base mo, hindi tinamaan, hindi bababa kasi wala namang related na ano to eh, peso decline or walang actual cash flow. No? Hindi naman kasi ito realized loss. Wala namang disposal ng asset. So, tax base mo will remain to be at the amount na halimbawa 390. Pero 340 yung fair value mo, edi paano yun? Mas obvious. The carrying amount of the asset is less than the tax base. Eh yun, it will create a future deductible amount. So doon kita. Okay. Mamaya i-explain natin further yun. Ano gagawin ko? Kasi the answer doon sa problem 4-1.14 is deductible temporary difference, future deductible amount. Okay? Kasi nga, the carrying amount of the asset is less than its tax base. Okay. Anong tinatanong sa MC49 and MC50? Una, how much DTA and DTL daw? Una, DTA. Sumunod, DTL. Shall abacus recognize at year-end because of the changes in fair value if the income tax rate is 25%? And then on MC50, assuming a current tax expense daw of 200,000, okay? Magkano daw? Sorry. How much? Ito na yung tite. How much total income tax expense shall be presented in the profit or loss section of the statement of comprehensive income? Okay? Total income tax expense na ito, no? Unlike doon sa MC 41 to 42, ang tinatanong, company's income tax expense benefit. Balikan natin ito later on ha, kasi may bumabagabag sa aking isipan dyan kanina. Kaya nga, nagdadalawang isip pa ako kung mag-move na ako sa MC 4950. But anyway, let's go back after this one. Okay. Tignan ninyo yung solution. Nag-balance sheet approach tayo considering that this is the information provided. So, carrying amount of the asset, tax base, ito, difference, yung isa positive 80, yung pangalawa negative 50. At sabi natin, this will create, una, FVPL investment will create a future taxable amount because the carrying amount of the asset, 500, is greater than the tax base of 420. Pag minultiply mo yan ng 25%, ang iyong income tax expense deferred, no? Creating a deferred tax liability is 20,000. Okay? While sa FVOCI investment, 340 is less than 390 by 50,000. So, future deductible amount, multiply mo ng 25%, meron kang 12,500 na income tax expense benefit, creating a deferred tax asset. Okay. Now, ano ang sagot sa number 1? Magkano yung DTA mo? Ang DTA mo ay 12,500. Magkano DTL mo? The DTL is 20,000. So, 12,500 and 20,000 respectively. Sa MC49, yung answer natin ay letter C. Okay? Careful. Baka kasi ang sagutin ninyo ay yung letter D, 20,000 and 12,500 respectively. Baligtad. Na-compute mo naman, nabaligtad nga lang. No? Ingat tayo doon. So, the answer is letter C, MC49. Okay? Ang tinatanong sa MC50 is kung may current tax expense ka na 200,000, magkano daw yung total income tax expense? Pero presented in the profit or loss section. Class, FVPL, okay tayo dyan. Papasok yan sa SCI sa profit or loss section. So, deferred, okay, is 20,000 positive. So, yung answer mo sa MC50 ay letter A, 220,000. Bakit? Anong gagawin mo dun sa 12.5? Plus, etong 12.5 na ito kasi FVOCI investment, yung deferred tax asset, no? Yung iyong income tax expense pero benefit, credit entry, 12,500. This will be taken, presented in the other comprehensive income section of the statement of comprehensive income. Ibig sabihin, yung 20,000 nasa P&L, yung 12,500 nasa SCI portion. Magkahiwalay sila. Kaya nga, pag income statement approach, wala kang epekto dito, no? Pero deductible temporary difference pa rin yan. Ang effect niyan ay nandoon kasi sa baba, sa other comprehensive income portion. Okay? So, for MC50, again, the answer is letter A kasi yung 12,500 ay sa OCI. Yung tinatanong, magkano sa total income tax expense ang ipipresent sa profit or loss section. Okay? So, I hope we are clear dito sa ating MC49 and MC50. Now, balikan lang natin yung MC41 and 50. Kasi baka may magtanong sa inyo para masagot na rin natin. Sir, kasi kanina sabi mo yung pagkakamali mo na total income tax expense. Pero yung tinatanong ay income tax expense benefit. Okay? Oh, why? Supposedly, meron ka dito ang current tax expense. Pero magkano yung current tax expense mo? Paano ba natin kinocompute yung current tax expense? Di ba base ito sa taxable income? Wala tayong taxable income dito, di ba? Meron tayong taxable loss or operating loss carry forward. Medyo hindi kasi kompleto yung problem, pero di ba? Assuming na halimbawa, okay, hindi pala, no? This is the first year of operations. Balikan lang natin ha. Started selling machines. Okay? So wala kasi tawag natin dito class. Meron tayong concept 'di ba ng MSIT. So excess MSIT, no? MSIT versus RSIT versus MSIT. RSIT mo is based on your taxable income. Kaso dito wala. Yung MSIT mo naman is based on your gross sales, no? Times 2%. Pero mag-a-apply lamang po 'yun on the what? On the fourth year, after the first year of operations. Eto, first year of operations. So, wala ka pang MSIT. RSIT ka pa lang. Wala kang RSIT dito. Taxable loss ka eh. So, wala kang babayarang tax. So, wala kang current tax expense. Tama ba? Therefore, your income tax expense represents only the deferred portion. Which is, yun nga, ang answer natin ay 670,000 net. Okay? Para lang mawala yung bumabagabag sa isip ko. At para lang din masagot ko kayo kung sakaling may nagtatanong about that, no? At medyo nabitin sa aking explanations. Okay? So there you go. Sana nakatulong po itong explanation na ito. Medyo maganda-ganda kasi itong problem na yan. Alright? So with this, no? Let me end this recording. Let me know if you have any questions or clarifications. Maraming salamat. Stop ko na ang aking recording. Paano na nga ito mag-stop? Okay. Stop share and